All right, today we're in the shop working on the 2015 Nissan Murano again. We're going to be putting on a new valve body on the transmission. And part of the problem is that it tends to want to shift into overdrive, going like 15 miles an hour uphill. And if you've ever driven a stick shift and started off from a stop in like third gear, you know that it jerks and it just doesn't feel right. So we're going to be addressing that by replacing the valve body, which seems to be the factory fix for that problem. Now the transmission's not throwing any codes, or the valve body valves themselves might be scored, sticking. It could be a number of problems in there, but we're gonna fix that today, and hopefully that will solve the problem. Now, it's a good idea to take a picture of where everything is, because even though you know you'll remember, you won't remember. Okay, this has got to come off. So I took a picture to make sure I know exactly where this is. So there's a lock washer between this and that shifter rod. So nut, lock washer, see? And then shifter rod. Now, all the bolts with number 7 on them are the ones that come out. And they're all 10 millimeter. Now, it's good to keep a note on these because some of them are going to be longer than others. And as you can see here, some of them are holding in brackets. So I'm going to keep these together. Okay, we got the valve body part. Let's see if they sent us the right one. Okay, when you're putting your bolts in, start all of your bolts before you tighten any of them. So one of the reasons why I stopped to take a picture is to make sure that I didn't miss any of these holes. Like here looks like a hole that a screw goes in, and to see the position of this, because that position of that is critical. So there's no dirt on this, although if you leave the fluid on it, it will collect dirt. So before we button this up, we're going to make sure that this is plugged in, and yeah, it doesn't want to back out, so that's plugged in. That's tied up. All my screws with bolts with 7 on them are tight. I'm going to go over them one more time. Okay, there's 13 here, so, but I know that one's tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's tied up. All right. The trick with gasket surfaces is not even a speck of dirt, because even a speck of dirt will hold the gasket up and make a space for fluid to go through. You'd be surprised at how little is needed, little debris is needed, or dirt to hold the gasket up from seating completely. Now I will say this again, make sure that you start all of your screws before you tighten any of them. Now I'm snugging these up with my fingers as I go. It's not too tight. I can actually still move the pan if I need to. One of the benefits of snugging them up by hand, if you start to cross thread them, you can back them off and then restart them again without damaging the. Now that one wants to cross thread, and I don't know why. So I'm going to put another bolt in there. So if you try to run these in with a power tool and they cross, as I was saying, if you take these stainless steel bolts and you cross thread into an aluminum block or a piece of aluminum at all, you'll bung up the threads really bad. And you can fix the threads, but it's not fun. And it's not a way to spend a day
that I would recommend, because that's pretty much what you're looking at. A day of fun and frivolity trying to rethread an aluminum block. In this case, a transmission block. And if you don't have a car lift, like I don't have, I wish I did, then you got to lay under the car like I'm doing now, which I wish I wasn't. But do what you do. Do what you have to anyway. This again is a 19mm socket. All right, this is the overflow plug for the transmission, and that's a 14mm bolt. And what I'll do is I'll fill this up. It should take about 4.5 quarts initially, maybe 5 because I put a transcooler in. And then when it starts to dribble out of here as the car runs and it hits operating temperature, as it starts to dribble, then you're full. All right, you see we're at operating temperature. Now, I'm going to put my foot on the brake and run it through the gears, 5 seconds per gear. All right, now let's go see if we're full or we need more fluid. All right, this is a 14mm. All right, it's going to require a little bit. Okay, that took another half a quart. Let that run for just a little bit. Now, if I didn't say it before, it's very important to make sure that your car is up on jack stands both front and rear. It has to be level for this method to work. Okay, you see we're getting a little dribbling there. That's about enough.
I'm here at Loki Nissan. They took care of the transmission tuning or transmission reprogramming for me after I did the valve body replacement, and they even washed the car. Gotta like that. Oh, and even the inside's clean.